Alright, so let's put this thing together. So to do that, I'm going to go into my assembly file, which is already open on a tab. If it wasn't, or we wanted to do a different assembly, we could actually go and create a new assembly. But in the assembly file, we want to insert our parts. And we have all these parts here, and if you open them up, you can select what you want to insert. So I always say you should insert the most important piece first. So we're going to insert the base first, and we're going to right click on the base, and we're going to tell it to be fixed. You always want to do that with your first piece, so then it cannot move around. After I get the base in there, I'm going to bring in one handle pin, two sliders, one and then two, and then two slider pins, one and then two. Okay. And as I said, all of these can move around with the exception of the base, which I fixed. And you can see it's fixed right there. Okay, so we got to start putting this thing together, and we can do that a number of ways. And we're going to use, these three things. We're going to use fasten mate, we're going to use revolute, and we're going to use slider. So I'm going to start with the fasten mate, and I just want to fasten mate. Ooh, got to spin this around here. Ugh, there we go. I want to fasten the bottom of that. So I got the bottom of that to the top of this, right centered on the circle. And that's going to fix it. So if I hit solve, nothing really happens. And then I hit check. And if I go here, you can see they're fixed together and they will not move. So they're kind of stuck together. So I got that in there. I'm going to move this off to the side a little because I don't need it yet. Then I'm going to use my slider, and this is tough. Oops. Exit out of here. Let's move this off to the side. Good. And I'm going to use my slider. And I want my slider mate to go on not the face here, but on just this bottom edge. So you see how I grabbed it? It's just on the edge. It's not on the whole face. And I want that bottom edge to go on this edge. And if I'm looking at it, I can spin it, and I grab the wrong edge. See if I can flip it. No. So I grabbed the wrong edge, and that happens. So that means when I grab that edge again, which I'm going to go do, grab the edge again, I need to flip it so it's going on the one on the opposite side. So coming back in here, I've got on the one on the opposite side. Now when I hit solve, we should be good. So if I go in here and check this, get out of the actual tool, I should be able to slide that back and forth in this slot along that plane, which I can. Okay. I'm going to go back in here and use the slide tool again. I'm going to once again bottom edge, not the face, but the bottom edge. I want that bottom edge to touch on this bottom edge, and it's not going the way I want, so I'm going to go back and try again. So this bottom edge, I've got to rotate it 90 degrees. Should be on this edge, and that's good. And I'll check it, and it does move in and out there fine. So now I've got to constrain the handle. And I want to do a revolute for the handle, which is going to allow it to rotate. And I want the bottom center of this pin here to go on the the top center of this hole. And I'm going to hit check. And what that should do, oh, come on, get this out of here. What that should do is I should be able to move it, and you can see I can rotate it and it'll move back and forth. Now I want to do the same thing, another revolute, and I want to do that on the bottom hole here. So right there on the bottom of the hole, and on the top of this hole. And hit solve. And hit check. And they should go together. And let's see what the problem is. Oh, I grabbed the pin. So I did not want that. I grabbed the pin by accident, and I did not grab it. So I'll just edit this out. Wait. Okay, so now that I've got this all set, I've got to do a revolute again. I'm going to go to revolute. I'm going to click down at the center here, right there. And once again on the center of this hole right here. And I'm going to hit check. And now you should be able to test it and see if it works, which it is working. Great. Now I just need to stick those pins on there. We'll do that with a fasten mate, just like we did the first pin. Top of the pin here to the top of the circle. And likewise, we will do it again right here. Top face centered on this circle. Very good. Okay, so now if you go down to these two revolutes, you can actually right click on one and hit animate. And I want it to loop, and if you just hit play, it will actually do the revolutions. So that is the assembly of the do nothing machine.